Well, looky here, a working van with a smart-ish looking bike in it. How cool is that? So, I've not had much chance to work on things recently, and I've figured that if I'm not working on stuff, I might as well just show you around a couple of bikes I haven't had a chance to faff about with yet. This one I've had, again, there's quite a lot of them that I've had for a long time and not really got much chance to look round, unfortunately, with life getting in the way. So this is, I believe, a Garelli Europed. It's belt drive, weirdly, for a Garelli, and I'm going to have a look round it. I don't know very much about it at all. I do have another one which may yield some parts if I need any, but it's not got as many meaty bits on it as this one has. So let's have a look round. The spark plug looked fairly dark, which may mean that it's running rich. I don't know. It looks to me like a M56 Laura engine, like you get on a Batavus. Front wheel looks nice, back wheel not so much. Front one's been painted. Yeah, so that's a peculiar thing for a Garelli. Seat looks like the least comfortable seat in the world with no padding at all. And that bit has been fabricated by a previous owner, and he's done a good job. You see that little ridge around the edge? Look, that can't have been easy to do. But if you look at it, it's just sheet steel, or sheet aluminium, I think. You can still see it's even got some of the backing on it. So he's done that all by himself, and he's done a good job as well. I wish I had that sort of metalwork skill. It'd solve a lot of problems. So it's been brush painted. The whole bike has been brush painted. It does look quite tidy. I'm not sure if the side panels have been fabricated as well, or if they're original. But they, it does look smart. There's bolts missing everywhere for some reason, and the side covers are missing, unfortunately, for the engine, so I can't identify it properly. Oh, and the spark plug cap's missing, so no chance of getting it working today, unfortunately. But I'm just showing you around anyway. I haven't really got a huge amount of time, because someone's going to come up and start talking to me about them in a minute, and then I'm not going to be able to do any more filming. So, just looking around it all, there's the starter clutch. And the cable goes to, where would it be then? Presumably on the top of the engine? Oh, or just there, dangling around. Okay, so that's, I don't know where that would go. It maybe be attached to the side cover of the engine, which we're missing, I don't know. I'll have to investigate a bit further. And where's the carb then? Because it's not where I thought it'd be at the top. Let's follow this pipe down. Okay. It's hidden. Well, hopefully it's somewhere that would be good for access, because carb is something that you quite often need to get to clean out or whatever, don't you? And also, I don't see a choke lever on the handlebars. So that's going to be fun. It's a Del Auto SHA, and what a stupid place to put it. So, normally, I think the Batavus version of this would have an Enkawi carb, like an early Tomos A3, which don't have a choke as such. It's just extra travel on the throttle cable. So it would be alright. But for that, I don't really know how you're going to get the choke there. It can't be particularly easy to get to. Exhaust has been stuck together, so it may not be an original exhaust. And I don't know if that carb would be original either. It may be that someone's upgraded it to an SHA, because like me, they're not a big fan of the Enkawi. But I'll have to check it out and see what's going on there. It may need rejetting, it may need all sorts of things doing to it, or it may be bone stock and there was just a hole in the exhaust. I don't know. So yeah, that's a strange beast, isn't it? I'm going to quite look forward to working on this. It turns over, but it seems to just be turning the clutch. I have turned the flywheel because the engine cover's missing off the other side, and it does turn over with compression, so that's good. So it's just a case of getting it to spark. I haven't tested it for that yet. Trying to work out how you get the starter clutch to work, and then it shouldn't take much to get it on the road. So this is the only picture of anything similar that I can find on Google, and the fuel tank's in a different place. On mine it's on the crossbar, and on this one it's under the rear carrier, but other than that it looks exactly like this, which is apparently a Garelli Brianza, whatever the hell one of those is. So here's what I was going to use as a parts bike for that other bike, but for a start there aren't actually that many parts on it, and also I think it's a different model. And the reason for that, although it looks extremely similar, I can't see where the pulley drive would go, and there's a carb there, I don't know if you can see it, near the front wheel, and that doesn't have the long choke lever on it. So the previous owner threw in this number plate bridge, which is normally quite an expensive item on these. People tend to take them off and sell them because they're worth quite a lot of money. This one isn't, and the bolt holes that are hanging down there, look, where it attaches to the mudguard, are rotted through a bit, so I'm going to have to weld rivets on or something. Here's a closer look at that carb. It's a Delotto SHA, but just a normal lever choke one. I think this bike may have had the horizontal Garelli engine on, because that looks similar to the airboxes you get with those. But either way, it's a free Delotto carb. I might try and resurrect this bike with a horizontal engine on it, but we'll see. That number plate, incidentally, is the number plate from the orange bike that I showed you earlier, which I've now found, so I'm showing you because it's an awesome pressed tin thing, which I quite like. Side note, all the Garellis I've had so far have had like a label there with the frame number and all the details on it. If you don't have one, the other location for the frame number is on this little gusset here, which is also the stop for the steering dampener thing. I know what I mean, steering head. So yeah, there's my frame number. Hooray! So back on with this beast of a Garelli. Took the spark plug out of it. Not looking so good. That particularly is not very good. I've got it a replacement from an old Sachs engine I've got in my van from the 50s, which is going to go on the Norman Nippy possibly, I'm not sure. It's the same as the period correct Sachs engine for the Norman Nippy, but it's a kickstart one, so I'm not entirely sure. Plus I don't know if it works. Right, so I found the choke lever. It's hidden down there, so it's just a normal Delotto click choke with an extended lever on it, which is a bit odd. I do actually have a spare carb with a lever like that on it somewhere that I bought ages ago, and I didn't know what the application for it was, and now I know it must have been off a Laura M48 engine. Now that's what I like to see, a big juicy fat spark that you can even see in bright sunshine. That is a proper spark, that one. Let's have another go. Nice. Don't think we should have any problem getting it to spark then, but we don't have a plug cap, so we're going to go a little bit ghetto and just wrap it round. Hell's teeth, look at those exhaust leaks. It's like they've made the silencer out of a fucking net curtain or something. She runs though. That's all we could get. Let's try filling up the pipe again. I'm not actually using vape juice. Now, I have to drill start it because that's the starter clutch. There's normally like a bar goes across it with the cable attached somehow, but I don't have the side cover, so there isn't. Basically. Ah, that's come off, I see. Shit. Even seems to idle okay. So you can still see the exhaust leaks coming out from all directions, and also the centrifugal clutch doesn't seem to be engaging no matter what revs you hit. So I think that's going to need disassembling and checking out, and perhaps some sort of exhaust patch or weld for that bit, and we'll have to see what we can do. Another small update, I've replaced the wiper linkage on the van, and this is the old one. That's my bodge there, the blue bit. But look at you can't really see, but this spindle moves like buggery, and the reason for that is, look, it's actually worn through on the back. So this shaft here runs through this tube. And has the wiper blade attached to the end of it, and it's actually worn through so much that the whole, let's get it out, so the whole mechanism actually can move. You just have to take my word for it. Same on the other one. It was causing the driver's side wiper not to touch the windscreen, which was great. So now I'll just show you the new improved version. Perfect. I even got them to park nice at the bottom as well. Bit of a fiddly job. I've taken obviously the wiper arms off, all the bolts that hold the scuttle cover on, then underneath there are more bolts that hold the scuttle on. You have to take that off as well, and then it sort of bolts on underneath, it's slung underneath the scuttle. So it took about 3/4 of an hour to an hour to get it all down, stripped back to where I could take it out, swapped the motor off it, the motor used to go there, that was an easy job, and then just whizzed all the screws back in with my trusty drill, which took about 15 minutes, and it was done. So well worth doing. Now I can see we're slightly close to the MOT, which is on Tuesday it's due. Wish me luck. I need it to pass so I can sell it, because it owes me a fuckload of money.